We back, we back, we back. And we back. Oh, baby, we black. Cause he black. Oh, baby, we back. We back, we back, we back. We back, we back, we back. Oh, baby, we back. Cause he black. Yeah. Cause he back. Yo, what's good, YouTube? Yo, what's good, YouTube? All right. We in the building. I just had to make sure that audio was cracking. What's good, Nurse Sheena P? Good morning to you, sister. Glad to have you here this morning. Glad to have all the people here this morning. Have a great show for you all today. Whenever you may be watching, whether it's today, tomorrow, next week, 10 years from now. Nonetheless, the show is going to be great. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Sunday, and I am in a very, very good mood. And if you want to know why I'm in a good mood, I am going to tell you right now, boys and girls. I'm in a good mood because tomorrow is cruise day. Yes, boys and girls, I am going on a cruise along with my lady, and we are going on a quick 4-day adventure. Well, really 5, because we're going to spend an extra day in Miami, and it's going to be a great time. And I'm excited about it. And then we're going to go again on the 1st of December, then on December 29th, then on January 29th, and just so on and so forth. I'm in a good mood, but we got to talk about this nursing news this morning, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, if you don't know who I am, my name is CJ Kyles, aka the High Value Nurse, checking in once again. I am a licensed practical nurse in transition to getting his RN. I talk about stuff related to nursing. Nursing is not all I talk about on this channel, because the channel is also transitioning into, current event topics, podcast format, vlogs, and all that good stuff, boys and girls. But what we are going to talk about today is what you see on the screen. We're going to actually talk about two things, though. I'm going to talk about two things this morning. I'm going to get into the main topic momentarily, but as of late, to me, nursing has been like the wild, wild west. Several things have gone down. Some things I've reported on, some things I have not. As you know, the one nurse was deleted by one of her patients. She was a psych nurse. That was a horrible thing. I did kind of cover that in the video. Then another nurse, it was actually a nurse and a social worker. I believe it was down in Texas. Let me see. Nurse and social worker deleted. Okay, let me see. I want to say that was in Texas. Okay, so it was in Texas. All right. Okay, hopefully this ain't got no sound on it. But it was in Texas. It was crazy. And I didn't report on that one because it was just really sad. And they wondering why the field is going away. Is going. Shout out to Not the Average Nurse in the building. I am going to come on your channel very, very soon. It's just I be so busy, and like when you contact me, like I either be working or I'll be out with my girl, or I'll be just doing stuff. Like I don't be like when I'm not working, I be moving, shaking and popping. And we're gonna have to make something happen. Like this is an impromptu. And I'm trying to get together a consistent podcast schedule because I think I'm gonna just try to stick to mornings, like when I get off work. And then, once I do this for maybe an hour or two, then go on, because the nursing news don't stop. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, out in Dallas, and I'm gonna just go over this briefly. A nurse and a social worker they were deleted All because of a jealous boyfriend. A jealous boyfriend. Now, can you believe that? Huh? Can you believe it? A jealous boyfriend. Hold on. Let me, matter of fact, I wasn't even going to do this. But it's been a minute since I've been on since I've done a live like this. It's been a minute. Let me see. Let me go ahead and share this article real quick because it is a big deal. And it's a couple days old, but it's a big deal nonetheless. I'll go ahead and share and we'll talk about it real quick. Then we'll get into also the main topic this morning. Let me see. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we can talk about that. So it says 2 hospital workers deleted in Dallas remembered for kindness and commitment to others. Now, I'm gonna see because I want to put this man's name out there because it should be out there because the world needs to know who was the one that took innocent lives. Let me see. I'm trying to. Let me see. Hold on 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on 1 second. Let me see. But, see, ghetto. Should have had all my stuff together. I'm playing games. I'm messing up right now. What up, though, Henry? What's the deal, man? Just backcracking again, trying to get a consistent schedule, man, with doing these lives, bro. Backcracking again. So let me stop that and I'm gonna bring this one up. It's been a minute since I've been on StreamYard. I gotta learn how to work everything again. Let me see. Hold on. Here we go. That's him, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. So patient's jealous boyfriend shot 2 hospital workers, authorities say. You in a hospital, you helping delivering a baby, doing what you're supposed to do. You think it's gonna be a normal day at work. You dig? You think it's gonna be a normal day at work. You go to, you kiss your man goodbye, or you kiss your lady goodbye, you kiss your kids goodbye, you eat your breakfast, you leave, you go to work, clock in, take your assignment for the day, thinking everything just gonna be copacetic, thinking everything just gonna be cool, thinking everything just gonna be easy. But guess what? These people don't get to come home. They don't get to come home, ladies and gentlemen, because of a dude who was jealous, an insecure dude, a dude who don't have, who's lacking man training. And not to steer away from the topic at hand, but this is why a male presence and having some game about yourself is so important, because of this man's lack of game, lack of ism, lack of masculinity, because this is all feminine energy, feminine sick energy. Now we got 2 people that were dedicated to this field, a social worker and a nurse. That could have easily been me and my woman, because my woman is a social worker. So that could have been easily me or her. And now these are the type of things that we have to think about when we step out here into the game. Real talk. Because we might not be coming home. You feel me? I'll just make sure my audio popping. And that's the crazy thing. That's crazy when you think about it. Might not be coming home. But let's scroll down. It says a man fatally shot two Dallas employees over the weekend after accusing his girlfriend who had just given birth of infidelity. Authorities said Jacqueline Polka, and I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing, but Jacqueline Polka, 45-year-old social worker, and Katie Annette Flowers, a 63-year-old nurse, were killed. Oh, I didn't mean to say the K word. Saturday in a shooting at Methodist Dallas Medical Center, according to the police and hospital officials. Authorities have said Nestor Hernandez opened fire around 11 a.m. while at the hospital for the birth of a child by his girlfriend. Hernandez was on parole from prison and had been granted permission to be at the hospital while wearing an ankle monitor. Where were the security? It is so many things wrong with this scenario. It's not even funny. So many things wrong. Because it's negative, because as a man, Candid Ann said, why everything negative got to be about feminine energy? Because this man is displaying feminine energy. And when you have feminine energy negatively displaced within a male, this is what happens. Because a man operating in his masculine is not going to do some craziness like this. This man was very emotional and he acted on emotions. That's why this is feminine energy. That's why it's feminine energy. But there's so many things wrong in this scenario. So many things wrong. You dig? Where's the security? If dude is on an ankle monitor, I'm sorry, there needs to be extra security. Metal detectors, maybe some hospitals don't. I've seen hospitals that do have metal detectors when you come in. Some do, some don't. I don't want to say it depends on the area, but maybe it does, because when I was, what's a suburb of Detroit? Troy, they have ankle monitor. I mean, they have metal detectors out here. They have metal detectors out here in Troy. So, I mean, I guess it just depends. But Nestor Hernandez, 30, opened fire around 11 a.m. while at the hospital for the birth of a child of his girlfriend. Hernandez was on parole and been granted permission to be at the hospital wearing an ankle monitor and was shot and wounded by police, authorities said. In my opinion, this is a quote from the police chief. In my opinion, this is a failure of our criminal justice system. Dallas Police Chief Eddie Garcia said at a news conference on Monday, a violent individual such as this should not have been on ankle monitor and should have remained in custody. So if this man already has a violent history and you let him in the facility, who is really at fault? Who's really at fault? Because this is what I want to know at this point. It says Hernandez has been charged with capital murder, but it wasn't clear Monday if he has an attorney who could speak on his behalf. He wasn't listed among the people being held in Dallas County Jail. Authorities said that after the shooting, he was treated at Methodist and then taken to another medical facility for further treatment. And this is him. This is him. This is some of y'all baby daddies. This is him. And you shouldn't necessarily judge a book by their cover. But I'm sorry. Ladies, you gotta be careful. Like, just like I tell dudes, like, you have to be careful with whom you give your seed to. These women gotta be careful with whose seed they're receiving. Huh? You gotta be aware of the seed that you are receiving, ladies. Because it might end up with a man like this who's acting on emotion because he's being very insecure and he thinks that his baby is not his. And then that gives him reason to go take a social worker and a nurse's life. It's a problem to me. It's a problem. That could have easily been, like I said, that could have been me. That could have been any of the nurses on this stream. That could have been any of the subscribers that are nurses on my channel. That could have been any of the social workers out there. That could have been my woman who's a social worker. Like, what's the deal? It's a problem. Nurses getting beat up in the hospital. Nurses getting taken out by their own patients in a psych ward. Nurses getting shot at and taken out in the hospital, in a labor and delivery unit of all places where life is being brought into the world. That's a hell of a place to die. That is a hell of a place to die, where life is supposed to be brought into the world in a safe manner to get I almost said it, to get deleted. There. Ain't that something? But that was that story. So like it's been crazy. It's been crazy. Like it's really been crazy. So I'm gonna move on. But one thing I wanted to do, ladies and gentlemen, is I wanted to try to switch things up too. Like I said, like when I do these streams, it's gonna be primarily geared towards nursing, right? But every now and then I'm going to throw other stuff in it just to start experimenting and seeing what works and what doesn't. So bear with me. I'm gonna be introducing some different stuff. But yeah, hold on one second. But right now, I really want to get into this story about another nurse. And here's the thing. Here's my problem too. And I'm about to pull it up. Because I got a problem with this. A real problem. This nurse is charged with deleting 2 patients for allegedly giving them lethal doses of insulin. Why is this not being blown up all over the news? Somebody literally had to send this to me. Somebody sent this to me. And usually, sometimes I go looking for nursing news and I'm just like, well, why is this not being blown up? Why is this not being blown up? What's the deal? If you ask me, this should be blown up everywhere. People need to be understanding what's going on. Because you know what was blown up? Oh, you know what? I'm gonna leave that alone. But let me get into this story. On October 25th, registered nurse Jonathan Howard Hayes, 47, from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, was arrested and charged with 2 counts of getting somebody up out of here and 1 count of attempted getting somebody out of here. According to the North Carolina State Board of Nursing, he has been a registered nurse since January 27, 2000. Hayes was arrested Tuesday, October 25th, for the deletion of Gwen Zelda Crawford and Vicky Lynn Lingerfeld, in the attempted deletion of Pamela Jean Little. He was employed with Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist Medical Center at the time of the allegations. What's going on in the nursing world, bro? Like, what is really going on in the nursing world? Like, people just taking out people all willy-nilly. Like, what is really going on, bro? Like, are we really about to start, like, to be a nurse, is a requirement going to have to be a psychological evaluation? Is that necessary? And this article comes from nurse.org. This article comes from nurse.org, but is a psychological evaluation going to be the next step in order for someone to become a nurse? Because I think it's starting to get to that point. And then people out here getting deleted, and people want to try to cap nurse pay. What? Do they not see the mass exodus of nurses leaving? And if you talk to them, if you talk to most people, that's majority for the burnout, the shortage, and all that stuff. Not to add that, oh, not only are we burnt out, but we get murked, shot, stabbed, beat up. And people got the nerve to talk about nurse pay. And not only that, people got the nerve to make the entrance to nursing school even more difficult than it already is. Not saying that it's difficult for me because I'm in a program. I'm in the school, but they make it difficult. They should be begging people to come up in here. They should be trying to make it as easy as possible. Not saying that you can just be some old Joe Schmo and you get into the nursing world. But with all the risk, I mean, shoot, to be honest, it's about to be being a nurse is about to be just as dangerous as being a police officer in a minute. A bedside nurse working in patient care, working with the general population. Yeah. That's about to be almost as dangerous, bruh. What's up, Bella Mommy 365? What's the deal? Ed 313, what's cracking? Thank you for being here this morning. It's early. Y'all finna go on a cruise, bruh. But yeah, this about to be a dangerous job. Like real talk. And people talking about, oh, well, I can't. We're going to change this, so we're going to change that. We're going to upgrade this. We're going to upgrade that. We're going to make the qualifications to get in even more tougher. Man, please. People are leaving. People are finding different careers. It's so many nurses. Like my girl, she in a program to get her bachelor's right now. You dig? She doing her bachelor's program, and she told me all the time, it's so many nurses that's leaving the nursing world to go be social workers. I got a homie who's actually a social worker, and he was a nurse, but he left and he got into the social worker side of the game because people not trying to really deal with that. Although there are different things within nursing that you can do that don't really have anything to do with one-on-one patient care, but still people are getting out of the game altogether. People don't even want to be really working with patients like that no more, bro. Like real talk. Real talk. Let me get back into this article. So the charges. Hayes is accused of attempted deletion for administering a near fatal dose of insulin to Pamela Little on December 1st, 2021. She did survive the incident. January 5th, 2022, he is accused. And not to get off track again, to all my new nurses out here, I've seen like in agency, like working in agency, I've seen nurses give insulin without taking blood sugar. I've seen nurses who are staff nurses give insulin without taking blood sugars because they'll be like, well, I know the patient. That's bullshit. Y'all better take that insulin. Y'all better take that blood sugar. Y'all better take that blood sugar. I've had nurses tell me to my face that they will give so much long-acting insulin or they'll give so much of a short-acting insulin. Oh, but this is my patient, so we don't. I'm good. I'm like, nigga, what? I'm like, what? You about to take this patient's blood? You about to get him insulin? You don't know if they bottoming out or not, but you talking about some, I know them, bro. The body can change like that. A change of conditions can literally happen like that. And that's what I'm saying. Like this is what's going on in the game. But y'all be careful. Like if you a nurse, period, new nurse, especially a new nurse, man, don't let no other nurse tell you that you don't need to take this blood sugar. Yes, I've actually seen nurses who've been in the game for years be like, "Oh, I know the patient." That's slow on every level. Slow. Take that blood sugar. Take that blood sugar. Let's see. It says, yep, he said Hayes also allegedly injected Vicky Lingerfeld with a lethal dose of insulin January 22nd, 2022. So he been just murking people for a minute, for a little hot minute. She passed away on January 27th, 2022. The investigation in March 2022, a deviation in patient care was discovered by the hospital. This led to the discovery of 3 incidents. At that time, the hospital began a full investigation and Hayes was terminated. The Winston-Salem Police Department was notified on March 21st, 2022. In a press conference, Jim O'Neill referred to Hayes as a rogue nurse. This is the district attorney. Referred to Hayes as a rogue nurse. Rogue nurse, ladies and gentlemen. He went on to say that Hayes has forfeited the honor of being called a nurse and assured the public that Hayes acted alone. Well, I certainly hope so. The motive is currently unknown. Officials do not believe Hayes knew the victims prior to the incidents. Bruh, this is crazy out here, man. You going to a place, these people going to a place where you have taken an oath to do no harm. You have taken an oath to do no harm. And these people are going there and they are trusting you to do the right thing. And he don't even have prior dealings with the patient that could even put 2 and 2 together. But you out here giving lethal doses of insulin just because you on some goofy stuff or you're crazy. This is out cold. You work that hard to become a licensed registered nurse just to go throw it all away. Should there be annual psychological evaluations given to all healthcare workers? Should that be a requirement at this point? Because if I get sick, I don't want somebody who's on the edge taking care of me. That's why, excuse me. That's why so many people scared to go to the hospital now. Because of situations like this. Should there be annual evaluations, psychological evaluations of healthcare workers? And that's something that I never, ever thought that I would say, because my logic was, and I know anything, people can snap at any moment, but my logic going in was, okay, well, why would a person do this after working so? But things just happen. They happen. So I think now it is getting to the point to where it is very necessary that annual psychological evaluation be conducted. Because now at this point, it's just getting ridiculous. It's getting very ridiculous. I'm going to the hospital. I'm a diabetic. I'm with my nurse. I'm confiding in my nurse. You're supposed to advocate advocate for me as your patient. And you out here giving me lethal doses of insulin, allegedly? Come on, bro. This is what we doing out here in the game. All right. This is really what's popping out here in these hospitals. I'm not saying, And obviously, every hospital ain't like that. But this is what's cracking out here. Oh, let me go back to that. Let me continue. Let me see. It's unknown if the three victims are the only one at this time. Winston-Salem Assistant Chief of Police William Penn Jr. announced during the press conference that a designated phone line is set up for anyone who feels like a designated phone line is set up for anyone who feels like they or a family member may have been possible victim of Hayes. Penn encouraged possible victims to call and speak to a member of the Winston-Salem Police Department. The designated number to call is 336-757-0357. Yep. So the hospital responded. According to Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist spokesman Joe McCloskey, Hayes worked off and on with the hospital over the past 15 years. His employment was terminated on March 18, 2022. Denise Porter with Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist Medical Center assured the public what has alleged to have taken place certainly does not represent the very high standards or safety and integrity that our dedicated teammates take pride in and display each and every day. She went on to say, when we first learned of these disturbing events, we immediately reached out to offer our condolences, our apologies, and our support to the patient's family. F all that. Cut the check. F an apology. I ain't getting my family member back. Where's the check? F an apology. I don't need none of that. Where is the check? Shoot. According to the district attorney, Jim O'Neill, there is a probable cause to charge Hayes with deletion at this time. Hayes will appear for the first time in court on Wednesday, October 26, 2022 at 9 a.m. Currently, no bond is set. The North Carolina Board of Nursing has not issued disciplinary action against Hayes at this time. Well, what the hell are you waiting for? Like, I mean, I guess they gotta wait for the whole investigation to be complete. But I mean, he's done. It's over. What hospital is gonna hire him? With all this around that, it's over with. This is an ongoing case. Nurse.org will update as new findings emerge. Ladies and gentlemen. So, what do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about that? That's a crazy situation. That is a crazy situation. You got nurses up here doing the most. Oh, did y'all hear about the woman? Well, this ain't nothing new. This seems like like this happens a lot. This seems like this happens a lot. Another RN was arrested for practicing nursing without a license. Like, I've seen like 3 articles about that. Like, this one lady was like a nurse for like 30 years, was practicing as a nurse for like 30 years without a license. I'm like, at this point, y'all might as well let her keep it. I mean, at this point. But yeah, Alyssa Steele, they say woman charged after working as a registered nurse without a license. This was also in South Carolina. Boy, them Carolinas is popping with all that crazy stuff going on over there. A woman in South Carolina has been arrested for practicing. Hold on, I'm gonna pull this up. Let me pull this up too. I'm getting in. I'm going on vacation. I gotta get in all the stories. I gotta get in all the stories real quick. Boy. I gotta get in all the stories. Let's see. Let's see. Hold on. Trying to make it big so y'all can see it. Okay, a woman in South Carolina has been practicing as a registered nurse without a license for nearly a year and a half, officials said. The 37-year-old Elizabeth Steele practiced medicine without a license at 7 nursing homes and assisted living facilities in the state between January 2020 and June 2021. The attorney general said Steele used someone else's state of Georgia Board of Nursing license number to gain employment at 7 facilities. The attorney general said at no time during her employment did Steele have any certifications, qualifications, or training of a registered nurse, and her actions could have caused physical or mental injuries to the patient under her care. You know the interesting part about this, and I'm not even trying to be funny. But if this woman practiced nursing for this long with no license, right? And let's just say nobody was hurt, nobody was injured, right? Not saying what she did is remotely justifiable because it's not, but I'm just trying to bring up a different point of view. If this woman did all this with no license, nobody's hurt, she took care of patients, and let's just say she actually did a good job, right? Let's say this woman did a good job and became a decent nurse over the past year, right? What does that say about nursing school? For real at this point. At this point, what does that say? And I know I'm going left a little bit. And like I said, what she did was 100% wrong. She's not right in any way. She needs to go through what everybody else went through. She's not right. But my question is, let's just say this woman became a decent nurse within what? They said she practiced from what? Hold on. They say she practiced from January 2020 to June 2021. So she's been practicing over a year. Let's just say she became a pretty decent nurse. What does that say about nursing school? Because I'm assuming this woman probably did it as well. Oh, no. Well, she was she went as a registered nurse, right? Because that was the license that she used. She used someone else's license. So the person's license that she used, were they dead? Like, what's the deal? Like, how do you get somebody else's license? Your name is attached to that license. So were they dead? Like, I don't know. Like, I want to know how they did that. And then how it went so long. What's up, Peter, man? What up, Filey? Hope I'm saying your name right. What's the deal? So the healthcare center she worked at didn't verify her license. I guess when they went to go check, the numbers were good, but she was using someone else's. But what does that say about nursing school? Because that raised a lot of questions with me. Even with that nurse, I think she was out in Canada, where she practiced for like over 30 years as a nurse, but never had a license. Hold on. Nurse practiced, let me see, for 30 years without a license. I think it's 30 years without a license. Oh, 20. So, okay, so she practiced for 27 years without a license. I think this was in Canada, if I'm not mistaken. I believe this happened back in 2012. But yeah, what does that say? That's it. You know what that says to me? That says that most of everything you're going to be taught is on the job training. Point blank, period. On the job training. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that what she did was right. I'm not saying that, she was even in the least bit justified. But what I'm saying is that, should it really be that long? If this woman just walked in and got the hang of it. You dig? So, I mean, it's not cool because she could have hurt somebody for real. But I'm sure if she would have, they would have mentioned it in the article. Maybe they just didn't. They could have left it out. But it says the attorney general said that at no time during her employment did Steele have any. Okay, I read that part. A motive has not been released. What a motive? What motive do you need? She's trying to get to the paper. Motive? Shit. A motive. Hey, why'd you steal this license and start working at 7 nursing homes? Money. That ain't that hard. They could have put me on that case. Case closed. 7 counts of neglect of a vulnerable adult. 5 counts of unlicensed practice as a registered nurse. 1 count of financial identity fraud to obtain employment. 1 count of obtaining signature or property under false pretenses valued at $10,000 or more. Officials said the 7 facilities are cooperating with investigators. Well, I bet. I certainly hope so. I certainly hope so, ladies and gentlemen. But that's a wild situation. That is a wild situation. I saw something that made me think about the nurses in my timeline, and the nurses that I work with. Hold on. Let me see if I can find out. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see. Give me 30 seconds. Let me see. I don't. Oh man, I knew I should have saved it because I really want. Oh, here it is. Female nurses. This is for y'all. I really want to know some of y'all thoughts. So I'm gonna clip this part of the show. I saw this and I instantly thought about some of the successful women in my timeline. Now, this is a part of a group, not a group, but it's like a part of a let me see. Okay, well, shout out to you, Baba T. I appreciate it. So I thought about the nurses on my timeline, right? So we at the 43-minute mark. I thought about the nurses and all the successful women that follow this channel. I know I got nurse practitioners over here. Shout out to Bella Mommy. And this had come across my timeline. I'm gonna pull it up for y'all. And I have to know what y'all think about this. Hold on. Okay. All right. So I'm going to read it to you. Now, ladies, whenever if you comment in live, I would love for you to comment live on it. Let me know what you think. But if you're watching the clipped out moment of it, which is now, and that'll be uploaded later, then comment on this video. Comment right now. You know what I'm saying? Because I would love to hear y'all thoughts and have this conversation. Because I thought about y'all when I heard this, when I read it. This woman wrote, I make more than my husband, do more of the housework, do 80% of the child care, pay all the bills, and he doesn't see anything wrong with this. How do I move forward? The post goes on to say, I'm married. We have 2 kids. We have known each other for 15 years and we've been living together for about 2. I make a lot more money than my husband. He brings in about $1,000 per week, which, that ain't bad. That's pretty decent. 1,000 a week. That's about what? What's that? Four. That's about 40, almost 50K a year. So that ain't bad. But let's continue. He brings in about 1K per week versus I bring in 5. So she's bringing in 5,000 per week. I pay all the bills, bought us a house in the country on 46 acres because he wants to homestead while I'm more of a city dweller. The house is beautiful and it's a fantastic investment, which is why I agree. Our children are in a good school district. Overall, a great arrangement for everyone involved but me. But I deal with it because everyone else is happy and I'm kind of neutral about it. I pay all the bills, which I guess makes sense because of the drastic difference in income. Now, I'm going to stop right there. Ladies, if you made more than your man, right? Do you expect him? Just let me know. Ladies, if you made more than your man, are you expected? Do you want to pay majority of the bills? I'm curious. No judgment here. I just want to know. Shout out to Coretta Live. Shout out to Sherry. I would love to get you ladies' input on this. You know what I'm saying? So I stopped at that point. I'm going to keep going. But ladies, if you made more than your man, would you pay more of the bills? Let me know in the comments, please. So she said, yeah, I pay all the bills, which I guess makes sense because of the drastic difference in income. I work 30 to 35 hours per week while husband works like 25 hours. This woman works 30 to 35 hours a week, bringing in $5K a week. $5K a week. I don't know what she does. I don't know what she does for a career or not. But, I thought of the ladies on this channel. And, and I just wanted to see what y'all thought. Sister on a Mission said no. Sexy Toy Lady said yes, I would. Coretta said no, I'm not doing it. I also would not marry someone earning less than me. Woo! Now we cooking. Now we cooking on the Sunday morning. You feel me? Now we cooking on the Sunday morning. Please make sure y'all hit that like button on the way in and on the way out. I would definitely appreciate that. Ladies, are y'all feeling this? Are y'all feeling this? How, these little scenarios I'm bringing up, these are actual people writing these scenarios. And I was going, and it's enough of them. And I was going to start bringing them up and getting y'all topics. If y'all feeling this, let me know. I'll keep doing it. I appreciate y'all interaction with this. All right. It says I pay all the bills, which I guess makes sense because of the drastic difference in income. I work 30 to 35 hours a week while husband works like 25. I do. This is what she says she does. She says, I do all the dishes. I do the laundry. I do the kids' routine in the evening. He argues that he maintains the outside, which is his share. But it requires like maybe 3 to 6 hours every 2 weeks versus me. I'm moving doing the housework and stuff from 7 a.m. to 8 or 9 p.m. I'm exhausted. That's what she's saying. I'm exhausted. His family has very traditional values. And dad was a breadwinner. And mom stayed home and did everything. But that is not our situation. He refuses. Now, this is what's tripping me out. This is the part that's about to trip me out. This is what's about to trip me out. He refuses to stay home with the kids because he doesn't want to, despite a nanny / childcare costing more than his income. So the man don't even want to stay home with his own children, even though to get childcare will be more than his income. I'm telling you. Y'all gonna get enough of these house husbands. I'm telling you, they always regret it in the end because women don't date down, they date up. And the most successful they become, they tend to want somebody on that level or higher. I didn't write this. This came from a group. Okay, so he refuses to stay home with the kiddos because he doesn't want to, despite a nanny / childcare costing more than his income. He won't meet me in the middle. He always finds a way to manipulate the situation in his favor. I've given up so much for my family, put their wants and needs first, and no one checks on me. No one helped me. I just want to take the kids and move back to the city. I know I need to put myself first, but it's really hard when I'm a people pleaser. My husband has now randomly started doing church stuff numerous times per week without me drowning. She said my husband has started doing church stuff numerous times per week while I'm drowning at home. I'm an atheist. What? Any advice for fixing this without destroying my marriage? Okay. Now, ladies, y'all have heard. Okay, so that was it. So if y'all were in her position, would you stay in the marriage? Is it one of those for better or for worse things? Is this a storm that you continue to ride through? How do you fix a situation like this when you have a man who's stuck in his ways? Because again, it's not enough motivation in the world, ladies, that's gonna get a dude from being average to above average. You can't bring that out of him. He has to want that within himself. It's nothing that you can do. If he don't want to be great on his own without you, there is nothing you can do to bring that out of him. I don't care how beautiful you are. I don't care how good you cook. I don't care how good you make love to him. I don't care about none of that. If he does not want to be great, or if he does not want to go above and beyond, there's nothing you can do. Nothing you can do at all. So I'm assuming this man is in good health. He works outside. It doesn't seem like this man has any chronic ailments, any disabilities that's preventing him from contributing more to his household, that's preventing him from taking care of his children. But my question is, this man didn't just become like that. He did not just become like that. What would possess you to even deal with a dude like that? And you a woman that's making $5,000. Not saying that really matters to dudes, because for the most part it doesn't. But you knew the type of dude you wanted. Now I do understand that a woman that's making $5,000, that she's bringing in $20,000 a month. That's $20,000 a month. I mean, okay, I understand. You dig? I understand $20,000 a month. If this is true, she's bringing in close to $250,000 a year. She probably wants somebody on that level, but at the same time, she probably like, I know it's not a bunch of men walking around make $250,000 a year. Maybe I should just take what I can get. Huh? I don't know. Let's see. Coretta Live says, nope, not doing it. I will also not marry someone earning less than me. Ed313 says she married him. No. Sherry Levy said no. I agree with Coretta Live. Sherry Levy said, Coretta said it's her fault. She's in the position she is in. Coretta said a marriage is a contract. Before entering into a contract, all parties must understand the terms and conditions. Sexy Toy Lady said he should help more with the kids. People pleaser, aka a doormat. Sexy Toy Lady said if I was her, I would leave him. He has a lazy spirit. I would never marry someone like him to begin with. There is no middle. The man leads out. Shout out to Sister on the Mission. He's not doing enough. He must start doing better or it's adios. But that's the thing. You cannot force that out of a dude. And that is why, like, it be so many women who are successful and career oriented and they go get these Build-A-Bear ass dudes thinking that they can bestow their vision onto that man. And guess what? Sometimes that may happen, but you know what else happens? You know why you might be even more hurt in the end? Because once you created that man, let's just say he he does something he ain't supposed to do. He might cheat or something like that. You gonna feel even more hurt because you're gonna be like, Negro, I made you. How dare you do this to me? I made you. I'm the one that gave you the motivation to go to school. I'm the one that gave you the motivation to go get that job. I'm the one that gave you the motivation to put yourself in a better position. And you do this to me? Negro, how dare you? I made you. I built you. That is why a lot of these females need to stop messing with these Build-A-Bear ass dudes. Coretta Live says people have the right to use free will. You cannot force someone to be who they are not. That's facts. You better start going for the cream of the crop. If that's what you know that you want, that's what you know you want to be. You want to be a maid woman, which is nothing wrong with it. You want to be a maid woman. You want to be taken care of. You don't want to pay bills. If that's what you want, which I don't have a problem with, I think some of you should shoot for that. You better understand what the cost of being with a man like that is. And you better understand what you got to do for it. Because guess what? It's also a price you're going to pay with being with a dude like the one that we just talked about in this article or in this post. It's a price this woman is paying. This woman is she's losing her mind. She cooking, she cleaning, she working 35, 40 hours a week and bringing in most of the money because she already don't respect him. Respect is gone at this point. It's gone. Gone. She don't respect him. It's a wrap. It is a wrap. So, ladies, you married, you get in the bag, and your man is doing this. What's gonna happen? Listen, here's what else. What's gonna happen when that brother like myself, who's hustling, who's grinding, come along, sweet talk you with the gift of gab, want to travel the world with you? What's gonna happen when a brother like that come along? My 60-hour gang dudes that's out here hustling, getting to the bag, getting to the paper. Meanwhile, you married to a loser. But you cute. You cute. And he said, and one of the 60-hour gang members that's getting to the bag say, hey, baby, listen, you looking kind of cute. You smelling really good. Edges is fly. Your nails is popping. Let me take you out sometime. I know you working hard and you got to pay for everything yourself and all your girls' trips is you got to sponsor the whole thing. But let me take you out for a weekend. You know what I'm saying? We can hit the Royal Caribbean real quick. It's all on me. We can fly to Secrets real quick. What you gonna do when a 60-hour gang dude come along and he willing and ready to change your life? Huh? You dig? But Ed say, but why get married though? Then when things don't go your way, she wants out. Good point, Ed. It's a good point. What happened to for better or for worse? What happened to for better or for worse? Is there a limit to for better or for worse? See, me personally, I don't believe in for better or for worse. I believe in for what works for everybody. I don't all this for better. I believe in for better and for worse under certain circumstances. Like if a person gets sick, you feel me? That's some things that's out of our control. But if it's some things that are within our control, then that for better or for worse stuff is out the window. But if my woman got sick, right? I'm taking care. That's what for better or for worse is supposed to mean, but not intentionally dragging your spouse through BS. Because I'm not finna stand alone with it. I'm married to a woman. She stopped doing what she's supposed to do. She stopped cooking. She stopped cleaning. She stopped doing all the things that made me fall in love with her in the first place. And she don't want to fix it. Attempt after attempt after attempt. I'm not finna stay there. I'm not going to waste my life. I'm not going to be one of these miserable dudes because I don't have to. I don't rely on a woman for nothing. So why would you stay in that kind of situation? That for better or worse stuff, to me, is where a lot of people get messed up in the game, because a lot of people will stay in jacked up situations just like this just to say that they married so they people won't judge them. You feel me? But I'm not in the business of suffering. I'm not suffering. This woman is suffering. Now, if her husband was sick, if her husband was ill and he physically could not do it, that is a whole different scenario. You feel me? That's different, because nobody asked to be sick. Even though sometimes we bring sickness upon ourselves with our own choices. You dig? But like, nobody asked to be sick though. To me, that's some of the only exceptions. You got people that stand in marriages, women, the dude to slap them up, beat them up, and everything like that. Be all out here embarrassing her, putting their business in the street, but they want to stay and they want to work things out. But here's the thing. Let me backtrack. Let me slow the heck down, because sometimes you got to know when to pick your battle. So let me just stop. Because I tell you what, people were mad at Bishop John Gray's wife for staying with him because he had a chick on the side. You have to also understand what level of the game you on as well. Bishop John Gray is $1 million man. And her logic is probably like, where else am I going to find another $1 million man? Because what, women don't date down, they date up. They don't date down, they date up. You feel me? You distanced yourself. Hold on 1 second. But yeah, so I couldn't be mad at her for whatever. Like I couldn't judge that. But what I'm saying is that if you are in a situation that's detrimental to your health, and your partner ain't even popping like that either, come on, bro. We not finna do that. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I've been on here an hour. That's all I want to do today. I really appreciate y'all rocking with me in the comments. I'm about to get up out of here and start packing. And I'm going to see my mama today. Go see my grandma before I go on vacation. So please hit that like button, comment, subscribe. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I bid you adieu. Peace.